The Watcher, inspired by Psalm 121, written by Nikki Grimes, illustrated by Bryan Collier. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. Jordan. Some days, even the ant towers over me, and I cower in a forest of grass, waiting for the fear to lift like fog, so I can be brave, rise up. But the class bully growls my name, and I shiver in my sneakers, feel the wet fill my eyes. Then I remember how Mom told me to roll my fear like a ball, toss it high in the air where you can catch it and fling it to the hills. Tanya. Wish I was some other who, living where stutterers aren't treated like spit. Does that place even exist? No. So I switch off my hearing when Grandma says to ask you for help. If you care, maybe you can tell me how come kids tease me into meanness I can't run from. Jordan. I wake, a hail of hot words hitting my bedroom wall like bullets. God, help. I pray, hoping the answer comes quickly. My heart bleeds from the sound of my neighbor's war next door. The sun and I both shrivel, hiding behind the Lord. Tanya. I call my first eyeglasses a miracle, the way words finally take shape. Grandma says my maker knew I wasn't stupid, understood the real root of my problem, and whispered it from heaven, told my teacher who told Grandma, and now English is clear as sunrise over earth. Jordan. My stingy landlord doesn't notice he dropped his wallet. If it warms my pocket, who will know? I cuddle up with this thought. Not that my Sunday school lessons would ever let me forget how keenly your eye sees what my hand holds, where my foot steps. Better give the wallet back before I slip. Tanya. Welcome, Israel, says our teacher. He tells this kid with a weird accent to take a seat, but who is it makes room for this geek? Everyone watches to see. Wonders why it's me who waves him over. My answer? A snarl that says, mess with me, I dare you. Jordan. By noon, my belly's a balloon of fear. I figure Tanya will make this kid as miserable as me. I whisper in his ear, do not trust Tanya. But she interrupts. You two planning a slumber party? Fun. I grit my teeth, but Israel smiles and says, indeed. Tanya. New kid hasn't heard anything bad about me. He could maybe give me half a chance. That's all I want. Who sees how I hurt without a friend? Who watches when I fill my pillow with tears 'cause I'm so over being lonely? Besides, the kid needs a protector, named like Israel. Jordan. Pain knocks in the night. Mom and Dad say my tonsils will have to go, but I hate hospitals, and neither can calm me, till Mom sings a silly lullaby about slumber. I groan, then laugh, like always. We won't leave you, nor will God, she whispers, and I finally surrender to sleep. Tanya. Grandma is sick, skin pale as cream, and she's the only one who loves me. What if the Lord will hold your hand, she tells me. He watches out for all his children. She says it over and over, pressing me to believe. Whispers, God loves you. Jordan. Tanya always pricks like a splinter. Today, she snatches the lunch with cookies Mom baked especially for me. But the Lord must have told the principal, 'cause she shows up, asks, is there a problem here? If not, I believe your class is about to begin. Empty-handed, Tanya runs for the shade of the nearest tree, glares at me when the principal isn't looking. Your luck's going to run out, she growls, then spits right on the ground. I feel a fist forming. Lord, take my hand. Tanya. My stupid stomach screams hungry. The toast I had for breakfast forgotten by the time the sun hits the middle of the sky. What will I do for dinner while Grandma's sick? I know I'm not supposed to steal or cause anybody harm, but I'm starving and, what? Here comes Jordan. You want half a sandwich? I don't answer, but he leaves it by my book bag, hurries to his desk. Shame gnaws at me all day. Jordan. People are puzzles, even Tanya. Not all good, nor all bad, but mixed. I try not to care, but the Lord pokes me with his word, mentions the moon Tanya and I both sleep under, dream by. God loves us the same, tucks us both in at night. Tanya. I flip my angry switch, push Jordan whenever the kid comes close. But he won't scare now, just whispers, Lord, I hear you, then smiles. Sometimes he tells me, I will pray for you. Won't even laugh at my stutter. And why does he keep bringing me cookies? One night, I asked Grandma, did you tell his mom to make him be nice to me? She looks up from her Bible, beaming. Maybe you should ask Jordan. All I can tell you is that asking can't do any harm. Jordan. Israel boards the school bus, waves to me as he passes by Tanya, who looks like she might cry. Will she ever find a friend? My sudden worry a wander. I watch myself like some stranger, rise and march right over to sit beside my old enemy. Because you tell me your plan for her includes something nicer than a lonely life. Tanya. Dizzy with questions, I'm afraid to speak. The only word I get out is, why? Jordan shrugs. The Lord told me to. But if you really want me to leave, I will. No, stay, I whisper, my insides melting while I watch my new friend ease into a smile and wave Israel over. Jordan, Tanya's attendance is perfect at dinner time. Your mom's a good cook, is her excuse for coming over every other day. But I don't mind, and Mom's glad to see how strong this friendship is growing. Tanya, Jordan and I stretch out in the forest grass, both imagining adventures we could have in the clouds. Now that I'm still enough to notice, I feel the Lord here, and, no lie, He whispers, I'm with you now and forevermore. This has been The Watcher, inspired by Psalm 121, written by Nikki Grimes, illustrated by Bryan Collier, read by Aunt KiKi. I love you. Good night.